So how are we able to buy a stock that is listed on the Stock Exchange of Thailand, essentially a Thailand stock, right? Without buying a stock over there. How do we do it? Welcome guys. So in this video, we'll be talking about this new thing that was launched since end of May called the SDR, right? Thai underlying SDR. So essentially SDR stands for Singapore Depository Receipts, which represents an interest in the underlying shares of a security that is listed in an overseas exchange. So in terms of the Thai underlying SDR, you are now able to take a position on a Thailand stock, all right, that is listed on the SET, right, the Stock Exchange of Thailand, without actually buying that Thailand stock. You can actually buy what we call the SDR. Hey guys, Joey here, top tier miser, trader in Philip Securities. So this video will be pretty much covering the 3 Thailand stocks that I'll share with you and how do we actually take a position in the SDR. So let me just go ahead to share with you very quickly what are the 3 stocks that you can potentially position yourself in, right, by buying the Singapore Depository Receipts, the SDR. So basically an SDR just means that when you buy an SDR, you are actually buying the underlying share. So it represents the interest in the underlying shares itself. So you don't have to go and buy the stock in the Thailand Stock Exchange. You can just buy it on the normal Singapore exchange, just like any other normal Singapore stocks, like your banks and all that. Is pretty much the same settlement procedures as well. That is what we call the SDR. So I'll explain to you a bit more, but essentially, you're now able to do it since end of May. We have launched the Thai SDR. So there are 3 stocks that are launched, right? And the first one would be right over here, right? Airport of Thailand. So Airport of Thailand pretty much is in the business of managing and operating the airports in Thailand. It runs the restaurants, the security system, the check-in, the airline counters and all that, pretty much running the whole entire airport in Thailand. So the underlying code for the stock that is listed on Thailand on the SET would be AOT.BK, but you do have to go and buy the stock there, right? You can actually buy the SDR. So later I'll share with you guys in terms of the stock name that's listed on the SGX. It's like a normal Singapore stock. You can just buy it like a normal Singapore stocks. The same way you buy all your Singapore stocks, the same. All right, so this is the code. The first one will be TATD. So AOT.BK is the underlying. The SDR for Airport of Thailand would be TATD. That would be the code. So later I'll show you guys the price and what is it trading right now. And of course, we'll dive into the charts of the underlying to see, all right, whether there are any potential opportunities or where can we actually position ourselves to get in on the SDR. Okay, next one will be PTT Exploration and Production, right? So listed on the SET, the code is PTTEP. So this company is pretty much in the business of the exploration and production in Thailand, all right, oil and gas, and in the SDR as well. Here's an SDR, and the SDR code would be TPED. Later I'll show you guys. Next one, the third one would be CPALL, right? CPALL basically is in the business of operating the 7-Eleven convenience stores in Thailand. I think all of you know 7-Eleven, right? So they operate the whole network of 7-Eleven stores in Thailand. All right, the code is CPALL.BK. That is the underlying stock that is listed on the SET, the Stock Exchange of Thailand. And we have an SDR for that as well. The code is TCPD, right? So these are pretty much the 3 stocks that are listed in Thailand that now we don't have to go and buy the stock in Thailand directly, or we can save costs. You don't have to worry about conversion costs and currency and all that. You can now just buy it like a normal Singapore stock just by buying the SDR, the Thai underlying SDR, right? So let me just go ahead to dive into the charts, right? The underlying stock, the charts into Airports of Thailand's PTTEP and also CPALL to see where we are and how we can actually position ourselves to get in on the SDR. So this is Airport of Thailand listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange, right? Stock code is AOT.BK. So you can see that we are currently trading at about that $71.51 right over here. And it has been pretty much in a good uptrend, I would say, since like last year as the post-COVID recovery. So this is more like a tourism play for post-COVID recovery, and you can see that we started to push up from like about $60, $65 all the way up to about $76, right? $76, and that's where some selling actually came back over the past few months, right? Past few months. So you can see that right now we are in what we call a little bit of a consolidation with some support being found at about that $68. So you can see 68 was pretty much a resistance level right over here, and when we broke up above last year June, it has been the support ever since around that 68 level with the upside capped at this resistance level. So this resistance you can see is about that 76, 75, right? 75, 76 right over here. Let me just draw it for you. So that is pretty much the resistance level that we want to break for this stock to push even higher. So where can we potentially think about getting in on this stock? Well, we can look at some of the support levels, which I mentioned would be about that 68, 67. That could be the potential upside from here all the way up to here. So that could be kind of like the range whereby any potential rebounds as we head to near 68, all right, it could happen all the way up to maybe about 75 to 76, about a 10%, more than 10% upside if you try to get in near the support level. But as I say, right, you don't have to go and buy this stock. You can actually buy the SDR. So how do we actually, convert it such that, in terms of the SDR price? So very simple, based on like this support level right over here, right? So it's about like $68. So what you could do is just to take the Singapore dollars to Thailand conversion rate is about 0.039. So you can just take like, 68 times 0.039, and that would be about $2.65. So just write it down, $2.65. That is like the support level, the price level for the SDR if you're buying the SDR. So about 2.65, and in terms of the resistance level at $75, let's say $75, 75 times 0.039, it's about $2.93. So if you were to buy the SDR, what happens is that you can try to get in near that 265 support and potentially ride the rebound all the way to about 293, 295 based on the SDR price. So let's take a look at what it says in terms of the SDR, right? So this is the Podium's trading platform. You can see that AOT, all right, so this is the one that's listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange. You can see it's about $70 right now, all right, and we have the SDR, right, Airport of Thailand, TH SDR. So that's the TH space SDR. That is pretty much the SDR for the underlying, by the way. So the first two is right here, this is the underlying, and this is the STR. You can see that the code is TATD, right? TATD, which is what I mentioned just now. So based on this price, which is 2.74, you can see that $70.50 times 0.039, which is the conversion rate. So it tracks, right? So if the underlying goes up, the SDR will also kind of like tracks it and follows it and goes up accordingly. All right, that's pretty much how it tracks and follows the underlying. And based on the conversion rate, $70.50 times 0.039, you can see that this is about $2.74. So where can we potentially think about buying the SDR based on what we have analyzed for the underlying stock? Well, as I mentioned, right, so the support is about 2.65. So if it nears like the 265 level for the SDR, that's where you can think about getting into to ride the rebound all the way to about 293, right? So now it's 274. You can see 274 to 293. There's some upside as well, more than 5 to 6%, right? So that is if you want to buy the SDR, you can do it without actually buying the AOT underlying stock that's listed in Thailand. So let's take a look at the second stock that I shared with you just now called PTTEP. So PTT Exploration and Production is a leading oil and gas exploration and production company in Thailand. You can see that this is the code, and the underlying stock in Thailand is traded about 155.50 Thai baht. So if you times 0.039 in terms of the SDR right here, which is the code TPED, right? So you can see PTTEP, the SDR, there's a TH, which stands for Thai space SDR. That is the SDR for the PTTEP, right? So it's about $6.05 right now. So let's take a look at the underlying stock in terms of the chart levels and potential entries whereby we can get in on the SDR. Right, so this is the underlying stock PTTEP.BK listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange. You can see that we are trading at about $155 right now, and we have found some support around that 135. You can see right over here since like March we have touched or neared it about like 2-3 times and started to rebound. So I think that is a pretty good support for here if you do hit to this level again. So right now we are facing a little bit of resistance, but let's say we were to come back down again to this level, that's potentially where some bargain hunting can come back again. So about 135, I think 135, I'm not too sure whether you go back down again, but if it does hit to 135, I think that could be a really good level, all right, where more some bargain hunting can come back for a potential rebound back up. So about 135. What about that resistance level? So you can see right over here, I've drawn this resistance at about 160. So you can see this was pretty much the support level that we have held above since last year September, but then we broke down and we sold all the way from 160 to 135, rebounded, we retested, came back down, and we are back at this 160. So 160 is a very important, I would say, resistance level. In order for the reversal to continue, we definitely want to break above this 160, and if it does break above, great. I think that is where potentially more upside can happen, all the way maybe to around 180. I think that could be the next upside target, like we've seen all the way here. I think that's pretty much the resistance whereby we could potentially hit you again before some selling or some profit taking can come back again. All right, so let's just convert it back to the SDR. If you're looking to buy the SDR, what are the price level whereby you could buy the SDR? Well, so looking at 135, you take like 135. If it does come back down in terms of the underlying, if it does come back down, 135 times 0.039, that will be like $5.26 thereabout for the SDR. All right, and if you're looking at this level right here, the 160 resistance times 0.039, we just keep that as a conversion rate, so that will be about $6.24. And based on this target, based on the 180 target, of course, assuming that we break the 160, we're looking at more than 11% upside. And based on the 180 Thai baht target, it will be about $7 for the Thai SDR. So let's take a look at the SDR again, PTTEP. You can see it's about 604. So assuming if it drops to near like 526, which is like the 135 level, the Thai baht, the support I mentioned, that is where potentially you can enter. Or if it does break the resistance, the 160, very firm resistance, 160 Thai baht, that would be around that $6.25, $6.24. I think we could see more upside all the way to the target of 180 Thai baht, right? So 180 Thai baht will be about $7, right? So that could be the upside for the TPED, all right, the SDR for PTTEP. Okay, let's move on to the third stock I'll share with you, and that would be CPALL, the company that runs the 7-Eleven convenience store chains in Thailand, right? So stock code is CPALL, that is the underlying stock on the Thailand Stock Exchange, and we have the SDR right here, the last one, called CP space all space TH space SDR. So you can see that for the SDR, there's always this TH, which stands for Thailand space SDR at the back, and the code is TCPD, like I shared with you just now. So yeah, just looking at the price right now, 62.75. If you times 0.039, which is the conversion rate from Thailand to Singapore dollars, it's about $2.43. So let's take a look at the chart of the underlying, right? And then we see where we can position ourselves, and then we convert it back to where we could potentially take a position on the SDR. So this is the underlying CPALL that is listed on the Stock Exchange of Thailand. So you can see that it's a little bit different from the other two. You can see that since like 2020, since about 3 years back, we have been pretty much moving sideways. We have been consolidating in this range right here from about that $52. I think right over here, 52. We neared it a couple of times, and we started to see a bit of a rebound. So $52 is kind of like the very, very strong support since 3 years back. And in terms of the moving averages, you can see that it is also consolidating. How do we tell that? Well, very simple. We can look at the red and blue line. So this red line is what we call the 100 days moving average. In 2019, it was like all these lines were pointing down. It was a bit of a downtrend. Then we found that support, and these lines all started to flatten out. You can see right over here, it was just like moving up and down, crossing one another. It was just like pretty much moving flat. It just shows a mid to long-term consolidation, which is what we are still seeing right now, whereby the lines are still really close to one another, all right? And we are just moving a bit of sideways. All right, so 52 would be that very key support level since 3 years, and we may have found another support level, I think right over here, I think somewhere around that $60. You can see $60 seems like a pretty good support that came out over the past few months, since like November last. You can see rebounded. So about $60, that would be like the near-term support. And what about the upside targets, whereby some selling can come back again for this Thai underlying? I think right over here, maybe all the way up to that $70. I think if you want, you can just put it, maybe you can just shift this down to about $70. Yeah, $70 is a psychological level, so 70 Thai baht, all right, for this underlying stock, right? It's about like a more than 15% upside if you get in near that $60. 60 to 70 is more than 15% upside. So that is pretty much where we are in terms of some of the critical levels whereby you could enter for this underlying near 60, or even if you drop to near 52, all right, that is where you could also potentially enter. But you don't enter this stock, you can actually enter what we call the SDR. And how do we do it? Well, very simple. You can just convert these price levels to like $52 times 0.039. It is about $2.03 for the SDR, and for this price level at $60 times 0.039 is about $2.34, right? $2.34. And for this target right here at $70 times 0.039 is about $2.73. So let's take a look at the SDR. What is it doing right now? It's $2.43. So if it dips to near, the underlying, if it dips to near that $60, if it dips to near 60, then well, this will also go down a little bit to maybe about 234, 235, and that's where you could potentially time your entry to get in, to right all the way up to our target. And if you remember, our target is like about $70 for the underlying, so 70, that would convert to about $2.73, right, for the SDR. All right, so this is for CPALL SDR. So there we have it, guys. I've pretty much covered the 3 underlying Thai stocks that is listed on the SET, the Stock Exchange of Thailand. And these 3 stocks are Airport of Thailand's, PTTEP, and also CPALL. And we have also dived into the charts of the underlying and see where we could potentially position ourselves to ride any upside. And then we dive into the SDR, right? That's where you want to buy the stock, the one that's listed on the Singapore Exchange, like any other normal Singapore stock, called the SDR. And we talk about these 3 SDR as well, called TATD, all right, TPED and TCPD, pretty much according to the underlying stock that is listed on Thailand, right? So I hope you have a clearer picture of what are some of the levels whereby you could actually position yourself to buy this SDR, all right, just by looking at the underlying in terms of the price level that it actually tracks. So Joey here, and I hope you found this video useful. And if you do like this video, go ahead and give me a like. That will really help out the channel. And of course, smash the subscribe button as well, so that you will not miss out on videos like this. So you'll find out a little bit more on like my strategy and how we have a system to guide us on entry and exit. You can probably attend one of those free web class that we're still running. I'll probably put the link below or around this video. Click on it. You can attend this web class to learn a little bit more. Till then, I'll see you. Joey here. Take care.